Hiya! Mythic Plus testing today, after raid. I got a group together and we did some stuff. So there was plenty of dog shit happening. First off, there's add-on lag. I think it was Truffy, so that screwed me over on the first couple ones. But we got that figured out. There's some stuff we need to talk about, though. The first one, I have 3 keys. So I have a Black Rook Hold on a 20, which we absolutely obliterated. And then a 23 Black Rook Hold, which I'm looking at, maybe? Yeah, 23 Black Rook Hold. And then this is, it says a 24 Black Rook Hold, but it was actually an Atal'Dazar. So, yeah. M plus tuning, all over the place. All over the place. The Black Rook Hold was the easiest smash of our lives. Obviously, we did it in 19 minutes. That's like 5 minutes ahead of the 3 chest timer. So that was kind of weird. But a lot of stuff was still one-shotting, and you'd like randomly have boss mechanics not doing any damage, or like very little, and then you'd have boss mechanics just absolutely obliterating you. So there's a lot of tuning that they need to still work through. But we can at least look at the damage and see what happens. So Crimson Tempest, obviously, cranking. Good stuff on that. Garrote Rupture still also cranking. Now, this one, I didn't play Internal Bleeding, right? I was playing something similar to this. If you want to take a look, it's just standard stuff. I'm taking Caustic and Exsanguinate, and my 4 Capstones on the left. This is basically what I was playing the entire time. I had the second Black Rook, where I played Sudden Demise. I will go over that. But for this first one, it was just kind of this thing. So Caustic and Exsanguinate are doing pretty decent damage. 8% each overall. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Would I like them to do more damage? Probably. But I think where they are is fine. Kingsbane here is for the spatter, but also if we just look at the boss damage, Kingsbane, pretty good stuff. It's pretty good stuff. Kingsbane doing a lot. Yeah, Exsanguinate's still doing like 4%. It does this in raids as well, so this is definitely weaker in single target, but not like amazingly weaker. It's just like a little bit weaker. The bigger thing though, which I've gotten like 6 YouTube comments on this. The tier set is still trash. In my article, which I linked in the last video and probably also in this one, I talked about the tier set needing 500% to be anywhere near decent. It was doing 1.2% in single target during testing, and it did 1.8 in this one. And in the dungeon after that, it did 1.7, and then it did 1.3 in this one. And I'm playing a poison build where I'm like spamming Envenom most of the time. So it's not good. It's not good. Plus 230% is nothing. So we're looking for probably another plus 200%. Would be nice. Like 200% on top of this would be good. But we'll see. It's better, it's just still not great. Still really bad. The other thing, which nobody really cares about, but might be important, is that there are many combat events happening. I will pull up one example of such. This was the 20 Black Rook Hold. And this is the combat events right here. So this is all like buff additions, debuff additions, healing, resources, damage done. Anything that makes a combat event in your combat log is tracked here. And there's a lot. There's a lot. It isn't really a concern for like a lot of groups. But if you have something like Truffy, which tracks your combat log for like casts, it could be an issue. If you have something like Plater that needs to update nameplates constantly on stuff, that could be an issue. Basically anything that reads the combat logs really, really frequently is gonna get a little bit more overwhelmed than it is on live right now. So weak auras, platers, all that kind of stuff has the potential to get really scary. At the end of the day, this wasn't the reason why I was lagging. I was lagging for different reasons, which had to do with Truffy, which is an action tracker that I use on stream in order to like show people abilities that I'm casting. But it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. So I don't know if they're looking at something for this, but it's something to keep in mind if you have a weak aura that like giga tracks their combat log. It might be worth doing a little profile testing on your weak aura and your plater and just making sure that it doesn't, you know, screw you over entirely. But looking more over the breakdowns here, poison bombs still doing a good amount. This is 6%, but it's 2 points. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's not that great. It's not that great. And this one, same thing. I did way more bleeds on this one. This was also the one where I went sudden demise, so you can see the difference in like poison damage and bleed damage going sudden demise. Like Garrote is gaining quite a bit. My rupture is up there. Well, my rupture is a little less up there, but you know, more bleed damage, more good, right? So that's exciting stuff. But sudden demise is just, it's really bad. Obviously this is like a 23, so the effect itself, where it kills enemies below 200% of their remaining health, like with the bleed damage and whatever, it's hard to explain. But basically the effect, the execute effect sucks. It's not great. How many venomous and venom events did you have for that 1.7%? Yeah, let's go check. So this one has 100 and 600 hits. So 138 in venom, 600 hits. You can do the math. It's whatever. Yeah, so sudden demise right now is basically simply a bleed damage increased by 10% talent, as far as I'm concerned, for higher keys. If you're gonna do like a +10, where the mobs have no HP, it's gonna be a lot better. But, I mean, I don't know. I didn't test it in the one that we 3-chested. Maybe that would have been more worth it, but this is not good. This is the effect on this is just not good. I mean, it's 800 DPS and it's a capstone. So I'd like to see some more tuning on sudden demise, because it should not be doing less than my racial as a Void Elf. Sudden causing all your bleeds to explode the remaining damage to 8 enemies. Yeah, but then you start getting into like popcorn effects, where it like popcorns and spreads through the entire pack. And that's not really it. So, I mean, if they make this 100% of their remaining health, it'd be, you know, 1.2% in a high key. I'm okay with that. But I don't have the numbers in a low key where this is supposed to shine, so, you know, take all that with a grain of salt. Because this could be really good for the casuals doing +10s. And if that's something you're interested in, then more power to you. But 43k on an average hit, not it. It's not it. It's not it. The Atal'Dazar, this is crazy. I got one shot the entire time. I can actually probably pull up the deaths, and yeah. The little tiny birds in Atal'Dazar hit really hard. So that still sucks. But there's some peaks here, you know. We played dance for some of these as well, so the Garrote and the Rupture spreading was fine. It's more of the same. I did a lot of Kingsbane, like, funneling into big ads. Atal'Dazar has a lot of big ads that you can actually sort of prio, right? So you can get Kingsbane and Caustic Spatter value. But the numbers here are a little bit screwed because I died constantly. But, you know, Kingsbane was doing good damage. Spatter, when there was big pulls, was also doing good damage. For example, the Juggernaut here, maybe? I think I died quite a bit. Okay, this is all bugged. This is, everything here is bugged. 14, here, let's just look at this. That's bugged. This log is cursed. I don't know why this log is so cursed. That's a 4-second window. Ah, okay, so now this is fine. Okay, this is fine now. So, this Kingsbane was at the start of this pull. In the middle, it didn't do anything. So, no Caustic Spatter. Right? No Kingsbane, no Caustic Spatter. That's sort of the thing. And I had a comment about this as well, where it was like, oh, well, would you like to see Caustic Spatter or Exsanguinate doing more? Because it feels like they're not doing anything. Well, if you don't play Kingsbane, for example, if you, like, weaken your poison damage, this Caustic Spatter is not going to do anything. But here you see, you know, Crimson Tempest hitting hard, 470k per cast. Good damage. That's even post-nerf, right? It just got nerfed. Let me see if I can find a pull where Caustic popped off, but I don't know. Oh, Princess Alonza. I wanted to talk about this one. This was a boss fight, right? But there's ad damage, and I specifically was not targeting the ads. I would hit it with a Garrote, a Rupture, a Crimson Tempest, and then I would cleave off the boss. And it was pretty good. My ad damage on this, you see, it was pretty good. Caustic Spatter's 11%. Just passively cleaving onto the ad. Especially this last one, I was cleaving it really hard. So I was doing, like, you know, 27k to this thing. And then, like, the second ad, while it was up, I was doing another 23. So the passive cleave here, not bad. It's not bad. Simply just hitting it with stuff is chillin'. It's chillin'. So really excited to see the potential there for just being able to sit on the boss and sort of passively cleave through Caustic Spatter. But yeah, it's good stuff. The peaks here obviously also look good. I really like the burst windows here. This is the execute burst window, obviously. Sorry. But yeah, there's a lot of potential here. Things are doing damage the way they're supposed to. Let me zoom back out so you can see the entire window. Yeah. So this was a 24. Was okay. There's some peaks, there's some valleys. I died a lot. This 23, similar story, you know, not great. Poison Bomb is weird. So Poison Bomb is good. Don't get me wrong, it's fine. But the issue with Poison Bomb is that it's 2% per point in this key, for example, with Sudden Demise, and it's just not great. But it's so central that you kind of have to take it, which I think the payoff is there, right? If you look at the tree, you kind of have to take these 2 points in order to get all 3 capstones at once. So I think the payoff of, like, oh, I'm taking Poison Bomb, but I'm getting somewhere as a travel node, this is really good. Do I think there's a potential where, like, we play this? If Sudden Demise does damage, I think maybe. Honestly, maybe. I don't actually think that this is a bad idea. But we would need to see more tuning on Sudden Demise, and then obviously we'd, like, swap this out and do some other stuff, like whatever this. Right? Because you wouldn't want to play Amp anymore. But I think that it's really interesting. Really, really interesting tuning. And if things all pan out, we'll be seeing a wide variety of builds for Fortified, for Tyrannical, different dungeons. You know, spiteful weeks, you might want Dance. Otherwise, maybe not. Obviously, the question was there, is there a chance of not going Shadow Dance in Mythic Plus? There's a good chance. Echoing Reprimand is also really good. So, we'll have to see, I guess. I think Shadow Dance is really good for the people who are afraid of needing re-stealths. Like, if you need a bunch of re-stealths and you always feel like you don't have any re-stealths, Shadow Dance is really good. But I don't think that it's required in any sort of way. Like, you don't have to play Shadow Dance. I just think it feels pretty good to just keep getting more and more bleeds. But most of the time, running these keys, I actually felt like I was using Shadow Dance offensively to just kind of cleave everything and be like, more bleeds, more bleeds, more bleeds, more bleeds, more bleeds. I wasn't really using it to be like, oh, they're chain pulling, so I need to Shadow Dance. I need to hold Shadow Dance for the chain pulls. And like, Pow's not giving me re-stealths. I mean, you can see in chat, he's not giving me re-stealths. So having Dance is good, but I don't ever feel like it's required. I'm just sitting there and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna Shadow Dance now because I want more AoE, but I don't feel required to Shadow Dance for any situation. Like, there's no situation where I'm like, oh man, if I had Shadow Dance right now, this would be sick. It's like, okay, well, I have Shadow Dance, so I'm going to use it. I'm going to get more bleeds. Anyways. Yeah. Not being able to take aggro, I actually didn't really notice at all. If you're super particular about it and you love aggro and you're sitting there and you're going, I need my aggro. Okay, sorry, I guess. I personally couldn't feel it. I didn't really notice a difference. Yeah. This is still crazy. I don't know if it works. I've had PvPers telling me that blackjack doesn't apply on blinds. It's really difficult to test if that actually works or not. So I will have to go into the slums, into the mines, into the digging. It was noticeable. It worked on the Atal. Okay, perfect. There. No digging needed. No mines needed. Chat confirmed. And my tank confirmed as well. So if he notices, then it's good. But this combo is crazy. This combo is actually insane. This isn't even target capped. It just applies to all nearby enemies. So it's really dumb. You can get 30% here, and you can get 15% here, and then you can get an attack speed slow. Yeah, surely not getting nerfed. Surely. This is very balanced. Blizzard, if you're listening, this is okay. This is perfectly fine. Nothing can go wrong. Keep it as is. We are chilling. Oh, God. Oh, man. Yeah, anyways, I don't have anything else to say. I'm just rambling at this point. But Assassination's crazy, and the damage is there. It's not the most impressive thing, especially in AoE. I'm still getting obliterated by, like, a hunter. When Baz is on his hunter, I am getting washed. But it's good enough to keep up. And I don't know what the tuning's gonna be like. Maybe Hunter's just crazy in AoE right now. I don't know, but we'll see. Anyways, enough ramble. It's like another fucking 20-minute video because I can't shut up. Anyways, bye-bye. Bye-bye, YouTube. Have a good time. I'm gonna be back tomorrow, and then another video. I'm just gonna keep cranking these out because I have nothing else to do. Oh, article soon on first impressions of all of this. So if you want to read instead, there's gonna be an article on Wowhead. Okay, bye.